My name is Ashley. I am a senior customer experience rep on the Lenovo line. I have been on the Lenovo team for about 4.5 years now. So essentially in my role, I am your go-to person for anything Lenovo, whether it's escalations, quoting, if you need anything like strategic pricing, definitely please loop me in. I do act as overlay to Don and Greg, so you can continue to loop them in as well, but I do want to let you know I am a resource for you. And then before I pass off to Tina, who is our platform specialist, and she's going to dive into all the Lenovo functionality on Xvantage, I do want to just touch on a few things. I am going to share my screen real quick. And I want to point out our Lenovo Xvantage homepage. And here you can find some great resources and download all this great collateral that we have here for you, as well as a link to get signed up into our booster program, as well as our fast track program. And I want to call out our fast track program because once you get signed up for our fast track program, which is essentially our partner enablement tool, for completing tasks, you can earn up to $150 in points. And you can redeem those points for a whole catalog of things that we have. I know we have some, Hydro Flask, we have some Yeti stuff on there, some gift cards. So definitely would love for you all to get signed up and start earning those rewards. And then also just want to show you, we all also have all of our products, Lenovo products listed in here as well. And back to our home screen where you can also navigate through some other great resources as well. So I did just want to share that with you all. And then that was pretty much my spiel. So I'm going to pass it over to Tina.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. My name's Tina Zamora. I'm a Platform Experience Manager here at Ingram Micro. So I help our partners really get the best and most efficient tools and features out of the platform and enable you to help your customers as quick as possible. So what I'm going to share with you today is our Lenovo Master Contract functionality. And let me just share my screen real quick. You should all be able to see my homepage of the Xvantage platform. And when I'm done with this quick little introductory of how to use this feature, I will put a link in the chat. And if you click on that link, as long as you're logged into the platform, it will take you right to the resource that will give you a step-by-step to do the exact same thing that I'm going to show you today. So if you do not happen to have any Lenovo opportunities that you're taking on action on right now, just remember Lenovo, and maybe down the road, if you do have an opportunity where you maybe deal reg something or you have a contract created for your end customer, just remember that you can always go back and click into that link and follow along in those steps and how easy it will be to prepare a quote for your customer as quick as possible. So we've really taken this process down from hours and sometimes a day and a half down to minutes. So every 3 to 7 minutes, we get a data feed from Lenovo of all of their currently approved master contracts, as well as those subcontracts underneath those master contracts and all of that available pricing for you. So in order for you to access that information, it's really simple, and I'm going to show you this now. So this is your homepage on the platform. You're going to start by going to Start Quote. Now, because we're using a Lenovo program, we're going to go ahead and call this a vendor configuration, and we'll click Yes. Now, in the drop down here, you're going to choose Lenovo and Continue. This is going to take you to a very cool page. This is our vendor deals page. So you might be familiar with this, you might not, but this page houses all of our data feeds that we consume, your special pricing for all of these vendor partners. And as we, every week, we're connecting with more and more vendors to deliver that pricing experience right here in your vendor deals screen. So we already have, when we went through that quote feature, we're already in our Lenovo vendor deals page. And I'm going to pull up a couple examples for you. So when we create a quote, we need to indicate whether we're going to quote our end customer on custom products or standard products. So a custom product would be a unique build of a server, desktop, laptop with specific technical specifications or physical attributes that are aligned just for that end customer. It's given a unique identifier, and that would be a custom product. If you're looking for something like a docking station, a warranty, something to add on, or even a basic boxed product of a laptop that is built to specs that would be used for a wide variety of uses, that would be a standard product. I'm going to show you an opportunity, a master contract that has both. So in this case, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find that master contract. So here you can click on deal ID or end customer. In this case, I'm going to use the deal ID because I have that. So just know that you can search by either one of those data points and come up with your master contract data information. So here we see that this opportunity is for Central Grocers. I'm going to click on the master contract number. This will just take a hot second to open up, and you'll notice we have 6 custom products to choose from, and we have 8 standard products to choose from. So let's just quickly identify some important information here. So these are our custom products. We can see they have all the physical attributes listed. This one is probably, the specs are probably already known to the partner or to the end customer. And by the way, I am looking at GHA opportunities. So these would be, this is exactly how you would see these opportunities in your vendor deals list. So these would all be custom products. Now just know if a custom build or any one of these line items in the product descriptions, if you see them listed in red, you're not going to be able to include them in a quote, and that would be because maybe a physical attribute in there went EOL, so maybe that processor is no longer being built into systems or something of that nature, or the end customer has purchased all of the available quantities. If you get to a situation like that and you need your master contract updated, that's absolutely when you would reach out to Ashley or somebody on her team, and they could help you through getting that master contract amended. So in this case, we're going to actually go through the process of creating a custom quote. So I've got this custom products checked here in this radio dial, and I'm going to click on create quote with custom products. As this is coming up, it's providing me a list of all of the available items I can choose from on that custom quote. And in this case, I think I'm just going to get a quote for this first ThinkPad E16. And that's the only thing I'm going to look at on this quote. My end customer needs 2 of these, and I'm going to click on create quote. You'll notice this red bar comes up, and this just indicates that the data that Lenovo has fed to us varies in a small amount from the end customer data that we have in our system that GHA has either used for a historical transaction or put on a PO or something like that. So we really just need to tie these 2 records together. So I'll simply click on update. This will search for that record that you already have created. I'm going to go ahead and check that and click select. When I do, you're going to see that red bar change to green in the background, and then it disappears. And that just means we've confirmed that those 2 end users are the same end users we have in mind for this specific opportunity for Central Grocers. So now I've indicated that this is the item I want to quote for. I have plenty of quantity left, but this is where you would find if, say, Lenovo approved quantity 10 and you've already sold this end customer quantity 8, you would not be able to create a quote for more than quantity 2. It's going to tell you, that quote is not valid because you only have 2 pieces left. So this will tell you, and it's real-time updated as to what you've sold against that master contract. So we'll click on create quote. This next screen is going to remove all the noise. So anything you did not select that you want included on your quote, it removes. So now we just have this one line item that we'd like to get our quote for, and we're going to request a quote. Now here's where you have the opportunity to copy a team member, maybe your backup if you're going out of the office tomorrow, a manager, whoever that may be. Just keep in mind that this quote information is coming out via email, and it would contain GHA's pricing. So you would not want to put in an end customer email address in this field. And we'll click on submit. So now we can see that my QUO number has been created. This is a valid quote that I can take action on. And I have a couple options from here. I can print this quote. I can click here to view this specific quote in our quote list, or I can see all quotes. In this case, I'm going to click on see all quotes, and it's going to take me right to my quote list. So here we have the quote list that I just created for Central Grocers, and I have my QUO number, and it looks like it's pending a pending approval. So in this case, it looks like there's something that needs to be done on the backside, or as well as I am kind of impersonating my access to the GHA account, and I don't have ordering access. I would not be able to order anything on the GHA account. So this is why it's telling me I'm not able to place an order. However, this is a very executable quote number. We can see that we can download, email, or print this quote. And you can see it's getting processed. So you would be welcome to submit this to your sales manager, purchasing agent, or go ahead and process through your purchasing channels at your company. So that is ordering a custom quote. Now I'm going to show you that same quote, and we're going to order a standard, we're going to create a quote for a standard product. Before I do that, I'm going to go back to my home screen. And does anybody have any questions before I go on to the next example?
It said pending approval. Now, that's still a valid quote, even though it's pending approval?
It is. It's just working on the backside. You would be able to, you have that quote number. It may need some tweaking by Ashley's team, but it does have a valid quote number. And especially for like the custom products, you do not need to wait for that to create an Ingram Micro SKU. You can proceed through the sales price process without waiting on that Ingram SKU to be created.
So that price is good then?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. That price is pulled from your master contract that was approved by Lenovo.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You bet. Okay.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Of course.
Can you show, I don't want to start you over, but I've been lost since the beginning, and it's on me probably.
Yeah.
I didn't know how you even started this. I didn't see where you clicked in the beginning. You don't have to do it now, but maybe we could talk after or something like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually show you the same process and just selecting a not a custom quote. So we're going to create a standard quote, and the process is going to be exactly the same. So I'll go a little bit slower. Yep, absolutely.
I need that.
No problem. So this is your homepage. This is what everybody's homepage looks like when you log in. You're going to click on Start Quote here at the top. See that? You're going to click on Start Quote.
Yeah, that's not what I see when I go to my homepage on Ingram Micro.
Mm.
That's where I'm totally stuck here.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder if that has to do with your permissions. If you have quote access permissions, that would be set by.
Wait. Okay. I do see it now. I refreshed.
I think if you,
my
if you
fault.
actually hit home.
Yeah, I had to hit home. Yeah. that's where the wheels fell off right there. Okay.
All right.
I'm back. Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks. Sorry.
You bet. So we'll click on Start Quote. And in this case, we are going to create a quote from a Lenovo opportunity. Those are vendor configurations. So we'll click on Yes. And from this drop down, we're going to click on Lenovo. And I'll click Continue. Those 3 clicks right there is really going to take you to the vendor deals page. And I know we talked to some folks earlier this morning and yesterday afternoon on these other sessions. And there are people who use this platform a lot. And I'll show you another way to avoid those 3 clicks. You can simply click into My Business and then click on vendor deals. So it's a more direct way to get into this vendor deals page, but you would then need to click on the down menu and select Lenovo. So kind of two ways to get there, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and same outcome. So you're going to get to this vendor deals page, and this is where you really have a list of all of those opportunities by vendor where you can choose to create a quote. So in this case, we're going to go back into Central Grocers because we know they have some standard products on their quote. And instead of searching by the master contract, I'm going to search by the end customer's name and just hit enter. Uh-oh, did I spell that wrong? Central Grocers. Oh, that's why. So I did fail to change this from deal ID to end customer, and now it'll work. Here we go. So now we can see this master contract number. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It usually takes, because it opens up to the custom products, it usually takes, 10 or 15 seconds for the standard products to show up, but they do. I'm going to click on standard products. And in this case, now I've told the system which products I want to get a quote on or create a quote on. So I'm just going to come down here on the bottom and click on create quote with standard products. One thing I didn't mention in the custom review is we do have this additional search tool here, because you'll notice in this specific master contract, there's a few different subcontract numbers. So we know Lenovo provides a master contract, and then additional opportunities within that end user could create subcontracts. They could have varying expiration dates, varying reasons why they're part of, segmented to a different subcontract. And so in another way we help you get to the correct product is you can click on this contract drop down, and this will give you an itemized list of the subcontracts that are available under that master contract. So I'm going to actually just click on this top one. And now it's just going to bring back to me all of the items that are standard product in that subcontract, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And in this case, I want to get 2 of these to go along with my 2 ThinkPads, and I'm going to click on Create Quote. Again, with my end user information, I just want to validate that what the end user is that Lenovo has sent us matches up with the end user in our system that GHA has used before. I'll simply click on the radio dial to select it. Now, as an example, if Tina no longer works at Central Grocers and you have a new contact, you can simply click on this pencil and assign a new contact name at that end user site. You'll notice that the company name and the company location is locked down because that is tied to that special pricing from Lenovo, but you can always update the contact name, email address, or phone number. I'm going to click cancel because I'm not going to change anything. And now I've selected this ThinkPad Universal Dock, and I'm just going to click on Create Quote. Oh, why did it do that? Oh, I know why, because when I clicked on that, I did not click on Select. There we go. And now I'll click on Create Quote. So now it's removed all the other noise like we did on the custom product, takes away everything else that we don't want to quote for. And I'm going to click on Request Quote. And again, here's where I can copy my teammate. So same exact process. Really, you're just choosing from 2 different lists of products. And I will tell you, we are working on making that even more efficient by not requiring you to pick which custom product or standard product you want to choose and providing you with just one list. Again, you would be able to filter by subcontract number, all those same filters, but we're trying to make that so you can create one quote. Okay, so I've got my quote number here. I can go to see all quotes. I've got one item on my quote. I can print this quote as well, and I'll click on see all quotes. And again, I can see here that here's my quote. My quote is ready to order. I'm going to click in that. In this case, what it's doing is it's validating everything against my global discount engine where I've consumed your special pricing, and everything with my pricing engine to create, the most accurate quote and best pricing for you. So in this case, it looks like your deal number has been consumed. So in this case, for some reason, maybe the vendor has pulled this item from being available on this master contract. It says that it's no longer available. So in this case, this would be something that you would need to reach out to Ashley or her team about to understand, did Lenovo put a different ThinkPad docking station on that master contract and that sort of thing. And again, you see my user ID is not authorized because again, I can't purchase on the GHA account, but you would expect to see this checkout button blue. I did create this quote. So if this quote was no longer a viable quote, maybe the end customer said, oh, never mind, we've got some extra docking stations. I don't need this. You can simply come in here and close your quote. Click on yes. So now this quote will no longer be able to take action, but it's also not going to show up in your quote list as, a viable opportunity in your pipeline. So, that may help you keep your pipeline up to date a little bit. So now this quote we can see is closed and no action can be taken on it. So we'll go back to the quotes list because I noticed something that I wanted to share with you. We can see here now this second one that I had just created for that custom product for Central Grocers, that is now listed as ready to order. So all of the behind the scenes work has been completed, and we can see here that it is approved, but you would need to still contact Ashley's team. In most cases, you would be able to go right to checkout unless you get a directive here. And that could be for various reasons. Maybe there's a question about this build. Maybe Lenovo's notified us of something special going on, or they want you to purchase something different. But Ashley would definitely, or anybody on her team would definitely be able to help you execute on that order for that specific opportunity. So that's the process of creating a standard and custom SKU Lenovo quote. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So when you're putting in a quote, say you originally have a quote with, 5 desktops and whatever, there's like 5 different line items on there. Can you go in and edit that specific quote, or if you need to change quantities or products on it, do you have to do a whole new quote?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's kind of a varying answer. So if you, the partner, if you've created your quote and you've activated your quote and it's gone through that process of getting a QUO number, you cannot change that quote. You have 2 choices. You can either clone the quote, and let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to go in here to this quote I created. And if it can be cloned, there'll be a little button up here. So this one cannot be cloned. Let me see if I can find one that can be cloned. Some of them will have a button that says clone. And if it's a quote that you've created, the partner, and it has a clone button, you can clone that quote. And basically it will pull all those line items into a new quote where then you could update the quantities, you could add SKUs or that sort of thing. Or if you did not want to clone the quote, you could reach back out to Ashley's team and say, hey, I have 5 of these on my quote. I see the end customer has 25 more available. Can you increase my quantity to 10 pieces or something like that? Have that conversation and do that collaboration work with Ashley.
What would determine whether or not there's a clone quote option available on the quote that you already created?
That's a great question. So I will tell you that we just released that clone quote button.
Oh, okay.
And I'm still getting used to what that functionality is, but what I'm being told is that the quote has to be either in a draft or activated quote, and it has to be created by the partner. So you can't clone a quote that Ashley's team's created for you, but you can clone a quote that you've created. So I'm still literally while I was on another demo right before this, I got an email saying that the clone quote button was active. So that's why I'm trying to find one that maybe will allow us to check this out. And I don't see it there. You bet.
That's okay.
Absolutely.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Any other questions?
So Tina, these are all connected to Lenovo contracts. We can't just come in and say, put in a quote for 50 laptops but not being connected to a Lenovo contract. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a great question, Jim. So we did have this question a little bit earlier. And what I would tell you is if you have an opportunity of any substantial size, that's when you really want to collaborate with Ashley and her team. She's going to help you deal register that opportunity. And when that opportunity is deal regged, that's when Lenovo issues a master contract number and assigns that basically to a discount profile, right? So that we can exchange data back and forth. So if you have an opportunity, I don't even know what the minimum is. I think Ashley's still on, but if you have, she can indicate what that minimum kind of order size is to where you want to start collaborating to see if it qualifies for a deal registration.
Okay, great. Thanks, Tina.
You bet.
One more question. If you have, like I just did one and I have a approved deal reg from Lenovo.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go in to create that quote, I can put in that approved deal reg number and my pricing will be updated from there? Or how does that work?
Yeah, it should. So
Okay.
do you want to try that? We can check it out and see if we can find your quote.
Sure. I think actually Dawn put one in for me yesterday with just quantity one. Hang on, let me find my
We usually pull either by Adrian, just to chime in,
yeah.
by the MC number off of.
Okay.
So first step is the deal reg, then creating the BPID number, the BRPN number. And then from there, you should be able to pull that master contract number.
Okay, hang on one second. I have to just see where I
And we very much appreciate the questions.
Yeah, if we can do these on our own, or even get some of the info.
Yeah.
In there on our own, it kind of makes it easier than having to call and stuff. Okay.
Do you know who the end customer is?
Yeah, I do. I have I'm just trying to find the number because it's approved. Oh, okay. Hold on. Where are you? Yeah, let's see. Master contract number. I have that, or are you the customer? Which one would you like?
Yep, let's do the master contract number.
Okay, it is MC 001 09944. That's
Turnberry Isle Resort and Club.
Correct.
Very good. So let's see what this has to say for us. I know we are out of time, and just to be respectful of your time, if you want to hang out and listen, absolutely. If you need to drop, we understand. So it looks like this master contract has 7 standard products on it. So we'll click on the standard products.
Okay.
And so from here, you would see in this screen, you see the MSRP.
Okay.
And so you see the various offerings here. So if obviously you're going to choose standard products because there's no custom products, we'll click on create quote.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then we can see your offerings here. So you would be able to come in.
Oh, so I can just add
quote.
the quantity I want for each of those.
Yep.
Yeah, and it looks like that 3-year support is on there twice. It looks like. Okay, so all right. So for where is it?
So I'm not sure why, maybe Ashley can explain this, but this 3-year support is from this subcontract number, the 007, and this 3-year support is for this subcontract number. So they may be for
3 years for different ones.
It's a different
so that
M70
Q that's highlighted there, though, that one says it has 3-year premier support. So I'm not sure why they would add the 3-year premier support upgrade from Courier, because it's not Carrier. It says right on it, it has 3-year premier.
Yeah.
In the description. Okay. But I can go in there. So like the first
that might have, Adrian, that might have been that last one. Sometimes when you're doing the bids, if you've noticed, like Lenovo will add suggested parts, and it looks like that may have been.
Oh,
what they
okay.
probably
Gotcha.
did.
Like they're, yeah, they didn't go, oh,
Yeah.
that already has 3 years. I don't need to upgrade
Yeah.
that to a 3 years. So they just did it. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So then like I need, let's see, where's my M70Q? So I need 64 of the M70Q Gen 4s. Yes. 64. I need, yeah. Oh, 64.
It's not letting me erase that one.
Oh,
Well, this
that could be a minute.
Interesting. So
Okay.
go ahead. I'll listen. I'll
Okay, that's
while
fine.
you...
64. 64 of the ThinkPad docs
Okay.
as well. Let's see if maybe that one will let you. Oh, guess
Ah,
nope.
no. So I'm glad that we
Okay.
did this because I'm going to bring a note to
Oh,
this.
shoot. I'm sorry. 26. Stop at 26 on the docs. My fault. My fault.
Okay. No, you're good. Any monitors?
Yes, 154.
Okay. That's easy.
And do you have to click the little check mark at the end when you're?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. For the Premier support for the M70, I need 64 of those as well. And I need 26 stocks. And then the Lenovo ThinkPad E14, I need 26 of those. Oh, that, you know what? That one's not even on it because it's got something with the processor that I just have to go with.
Yep. So it says this product is no longer orderable. Okay.
Oh, that's the thing. No, these are for the E14 laptops. It's not even on there because of the processor, I guess, or something with processor. So there should be what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all of it from the deal reg. Okay.
So we'll click on create quote. Again, we're going to go in and update that end customer information. Make sure that matches. So we have 2 different options here.
It's not the West. I don't know where that came from. It should be just in 999 Country Club Drive. And it's actually Aventura, Florida, not Miami. Yeah.
So it does not allow me, this pulls up from the Postal Service.
Yeah. This is from somebody who had the account, I guess, before, or they had put something in previously.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll select that end customer.
Okay.
And now we're going to create a quote.
Okay.
So here we've got your quantities, we've got your pricing, your extended pricing. We can see the total value. We can see the end customer information. We're going to request the quote. And I'm going to put your, is this at GHA?
Yes.
.com?
-associates.com. Yeah, it's long.
I don't know why I just assumed you would be just like Ingram. I don't know. Is it Adrian.Thorne?
That's correct.
Okay. So in a hot second, you should have this both in your email box as well as in your quote list. So we can see your quote has been generated. So this quote is for this end customer, Turnberry Isle Resort. So we're going to go to see all quotes. And we have Turnberry Isle Resorts. So here you'd be able to click into this quote. You can quote your end customer. You can take action on this with your internal organization, whether that be email it, print it, send it to a purchasing agent, whatever you needed to do. Again, it's not going to show up as orderable because again, my user ID is not authorized to purchase on your account, but otherwise this checkout button would be blue and you'd be set to go. In addition to that, you can see the discounts. You can click in here and see that this master contract discount has applied and what's applied to each individual line item on your quote.
Okay.
So this one's done for you.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
You bet. All right.
Nice deal, Adrian. I hope you get it.
Yeah,
we're all,
thanks, Jim.
we're all cheering for you here. You'll have to keep Ashley updated. I'd love to hear that you got that deal. All right,
Okay.
so I think we're good. Appreciate the time with you all. Thank you for joining and the great questions. I will add that link to the training step-by-step process in the chat of this Teams call. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And again, thank you so much. Have a great afternoon.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Tina.
everyone. And I'll also drop
Thanks, everybody.
the link to our Xvantage Fast Track program to get signed up in the chat as well.
Great.
Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.